This is David Larson, KK4WW with the Foundation for Amateur International Radio Service. Our foundation traveled into the Soviet Union a number of times, probably a dozen times over the last 20 years, into Ukraine another dozen times. And one of those visits early on in the early 90s, some of our friends in Ulyanovsk, Russia, gave us this radio pack, which you see here, described as a mountain rescue package. Probably had other uses, but we'll consider it a mountain rescue pack. Had the shoulder strap for, carrying it into the mountains. Here you see the radio inside, and over here to the left the microphone, and as a combination microphone speaker. This radio works on 160 meters, from 1860 kilocycles to 1930 kilocycles. Here's the tuning control here. In addition, of course, to the radio, the pack also has the external power cord, and since it operates on essentially 160 meters, it has a very long antenna. One piece of it here with the connector, and then it can be another piece added onto it. So there's two pieces here to make an antenna, a rope to tie it up in the tree with, and it's ready to go. Show you the front controls. Here's a little tuning control. Here's the variable tuning control, the volume control. This switches between the internal battery pack or external power source, the antenna connector, the external microphone connector, and a couple of other additional controls on here. This doesn't have the portable antenna, which would normally fall in here, but we don't have that on this radio. The radio operates on either an internal battery pack, which we can see here if I remove the bottom section. Works on C cells, 8 C cells, which would give you 12 volts, or external power with the external power connector of 12 volts. We see an inside view of the radio. Most of the radio is encased in shielded containers. But we do see out here some toroids, a few capacitors, large electrolytics, other capacitors, some coils. Yeah, we look underneath to take a look there. There is a number here, 8910. This could mean it was made in 1989, 10th month. That's typical standard code, date code for here in the U.S., but I don't know if that's it. It could be. I received this radio around 1992 or 93 from some friends in Ulyanovsk, Russia. I received 2 of them. See inside of the radio, a little hard to see too much here. You see some of the connectors on the front panel under here, and their connections. There's an external microphone connector, some mode switches here, the antenna connector. Here's the external DC input, and here's the ground. This is the battery pack under here, and the microphone speaker cable with quite a few control cable connectors coming out of it. And here we see the power transistors, the heatsink for the base of them. This radio runs about 3 to 5 watts of power. And that's about all we can see here. The little tuning capacitor down here to tune frequency is under here. But it's pretty well encased, and the radio does work. We have actually made a few contacts.